Okay, right, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel and today's video is one that I have been so excited to do. This is because I'm going to be taking you through and also ranking, so a review and a ranking of everything that I ate post-show on my 2-day post-show, post-birthday weekend sort of binge, blowout, eating everything that I was craving on prep. This is going to include all the sweet treats you'll see on the screen here. I bought a load of stuff. I bought some stuff at the expo as well as trying some samples, which I won't include in this video because it's just the stuff that I bought. And also on the Monday, I did a lot of takeaways and eating more intuitively as well. So I'll take you through all of that. In addition to this, what I'll do is I'll do it in a ranking system of S tier. You know how it goes, a regular ranking system. S tier for the best stuff, A, which is like the stuff that was really nice but wasn't quite that god level, god tier treat and cheat. B tier, which is stuff that was nice. If I had to cut down on stuff that I ate, I wouldn't pick it, that sort of stuff. And then C is kind of stuff like, it was all right, but if I was to do it again, I probably wouldn't pick it. So that is that. I'm going to jump into, we're going to do it in reverse order, of course. I've also ordered it in each category, so that is something exciting to do as well. I hope you're as excited to see what I ate as I am. I ate a lot of stuff, so this is going to be a nice video to go through. Okay, so starting off, we have got, you can see I've got a little assortment of stuff in there. Maybe give some hints of some of the other stuff that I got, but obviously we are going to go through the last thing, which is Skittles. This is the bottom, the worst thing. I had a lot of sweet stuff by now and I was kind of sick of it. Like, it hurt my jaw to eat these after eating everything. And I didn't actually buy the Skittles. We had some left over in the cupboard, so we just added that to the sweet treat picnic. But it was kind of like a hit or miss. I didn't buy them, so that kind of tells you how I felt about the Skittles. Especially when you see some of the other stuff we bought, you'll see why Skittles are at the bottom of the list. Next, we have an old school childhood classic. Very cheap. It was like 49p for the bag, so I just picked it up along with everything. What I did on my final few days of prep, when I had to do my steps, I used my Tesco shopping to get my supplies as a way of getting my steps. Walking to Tesco and back was about 3,000 to 4,000 steps, probably close to 5,000 walking around, window shopping, all the sweet treats. So I started grabbing a few bits to prepare for this. I kind of just thought, yeah, I'll get them. But like I said, C tier, it's kind of like, didn't really need to get them, but it was nice little bit of nostalgia to the childhood, getting some Doddy mixtures. They were very nice. Then we have something controversial from my takeaway part of my post-show eating. We have KFC. KFC I absolutely adore. It is S tier for me in terms of what I have, what I like, how much I enjoy a KFC and fried chicken, but this one was very ropey. The worst KFC I've ever had. The wings were about this big, the popcorn chicken was cold, and the on the bone chicken was so bad it just made me feel ill. It stopped my post-show binge prematurely, how much I disliked it basically. You'll see there's a bit of pizza there, but we'll cover that a bit later on because it was better than the KFC, but it ruined the end of the thing for me. But it also meant that I got on plan a bit better because I was sick of eating the crap. And then at number 2, and obviously I didn't go through the numbers, but I had 5 in this tier. So at 2 we've got wine gums. Very nice, but kind of like samey to some of the other stuff that I had. When it comes to eating extravagant treats post-show, they're just the plainer stuff. Sometimes the plain classics, as you'll see when we get to the higher stuff, it belongs up there, but the wine gums in particular, they got old news pretty fast, so they belong in the C tier. And then to top C tier is the Milky Bar Speculoos. I love white chocolate. I quite very much like Speculoos flavoured chocolate as well, but I didn't really enjoy this as much. It was nice, it just wasn't breathtakingly nice. I shared some with my cousin on the following day and he really enjoyed it. He thought it was top tier, and I tried a bit more and it kind of reinvigorated it. That's why it's at number 1 of C tier. But when I compare it to some of the other stuff we got later on in the video, it kind of just wasn't as nice. The Speculoos was a bit too much and it took away from the Milky Bar, took away from the white chocolate, which I think is what, look at me, food connoisseur, and it kind of is the point of the video, but that's what brought it down to the C tier. So that concludes C tier, and we're going to move on to B tier next, where stuff gets more exciting. This is stuff that I really enjoyed, but if I had to pick only a finite amount of stuff, I probably wouldn't have picked. Okay, so at bottom of the barrel, 6 of 6 in this tier, we have the drumstick squashies. I adore them, but similarly to the wine gums, they are very nice when you start to eat them, but they kind of get old news quite quickly. Upon reflection, maybe even might drop down to the C tier and have the Speculoos Milky Bar go above it, but when I made these categories in the frame of mind that I was in, definitely they're above. They are a classic. I love them. I went for the original ones. Obviously you get the blue and red ones. They're really nice. You got the sour apple ones as well, the green and red ones, which are very nice as well. The roux almond custard ones are probably the GOAT, the best ones, but I went for the original drumstick ones, and they were very nice. So they belong in B tier. Like I said, I really enjoyed them. They got a bit old news a bit quickly, so that's why they're at the bottom and in the B tier. Next we have Sour Patch Kids cola. So obviously fizzy cola bottles in Sour Patch Kid form. They were amazing. I really enjoyed them. I had a lot of fizzy sweets. That's why they're at the bottom of the B tier, and also one flavour, because what I'll do is I'll skip past 4, and at 3 we have the regular Sour Patch Kids, a bit more variety. Had them pre-workout as well on my Monday workout as part of my fakeaway takeaway, and use it as like a pre-workout sugar influx. And they just had a bit more variety to them, of course, which put them a bit higher. But just below that, at number 4, we have the Oreo Festive Favourites. Some of these, however, belonged higher up on the tier. The regular Oreos, kind of just a regular B tier. We have the golden ones, which were beautiful. They were at A tier. And then the chocolate cover ones were both A tier as well. But however, they're kind of just regular Oreos, which means they belong in the B tier. There's only like 1 pack of each, so it's kind of enough. They didn't get too boring too quickly. I crumbled one of the Oreos and put it in my cream of rice, one of my meals as well. That was S tier, but however, overall, kind of just a staple. Oreo, beautiful. The Oreo baked goods, which you might see later on in the video, I prefer Oreos as a part of something else, like Oreo flavoured baked goods, as opposed to just Oreos themselves. They are just plain biscuits after all. But yeah, the festive selection put them at B tier. Okay, at number 2, we have something slightly different. We have one of my samples from the British finals, the Jammy Dodger flavoured protein bar. It was nice. The reason it's only at B tier, however, I love protein bars, by the way. Some of the protein bars, they taste nice in the actual chocolate, I promise you. But this one was just a little bit too jammy. Obviously it's a Jammy Dodger, but if it was a bit more biscuity and a little like less strong in terms of the jam, I think it would have been S tier, because it was really nice. But I had that as part of my pre-workout as well. Maybe that's why it wasn't as nice, because I had it after something like I had chicken and rice, then the Sour Patch Kids, and it was nice in Sour Patch Kids, hence being above it in the rankings, but it left a little bit to be desired. They do a donut one and a Biscoff one as well, which I kind of wish they put that in there. Because as you'll see when we get higher up in the rankings, I'm a massive fan of Biscoffs and donuts. And then crowned king of the B tier is the brownie M&Ms. They were very nice. The first few were nice, but they kind of just get a little bit much to eat, because the brownie is a little bit chewy. It's not like a soft breakthrough brownie like an actual brownie, which obviously it is a cold chocolate, so it's not going to be. But they're kind of like, if you have a couple, they're really nice. When you get through the whole bag, they get a bit much on the jaw, but they were very nice, hence being on the B tier. The reason they didn't make it into A tier is because we've got some other M&Ms in there which I would rank above them in like an M&M tier list. So that is that, and I'll catch you for A tier. Okay, so coming at the bottom of the A tier, which is the stuff that I really enjoyed but just wasn't quite the S tier stuff. We've got Fizzy Blues. Fizzy Blues are absolutely beautiful. They are better than cola bottles. They're one of my favourite sweets. You'll see some other sweets that really hit different as we get higher up the list, but not much to say. They're just really, really nice. We've got 12 in this A tier. Like I said, a lot of the stuff I had was really, really nice, and it kind of made it hard for me to evenly distribute between the stuff. And there's only like 12 in B and C put together, and there's 12 in A. And there's obviously quite a few in S as well, because I just love sweet treats. This is what I talk about, where some of the staples just belong higher up the list. Maltesers, obviously, if it was something else, like Maltesers and celebrations are just nicer than Maltesers, if you catch my drift. But yeah, nothing much to say on this. They are really nice. Maltesers are up there with the best chocolates ever. That's why it is in A tier. Okay, Malwams. Of course, pinballs are the epitome of Malwams. They're the best form of Malwams. Absolutely beautiful. Just don't make it into that S tier, because current theme, when you're eating a lot of stuff, the stuff on your jaw, it matters a lot, and they do get a little bit chewy when you get deeper into the bag, and that is why they didn't quite make the S tier. But however, very, very, very nice. This is like a festive one. You can tell that I had this later on in the year. Obviously, I competed on my birthday weekend, so I competed on the 15th of October. In October, the Christmas stuff is already out. Little Robins. Instead of just buying a regular dime bar, I just bought these little selection things, made it easier to share it as well. So they're basically like Dime bars in little eggs, because it's like a robin egg, I assume. They really tried to make it Christmassy, like eggs, Easter. But these were really nice, little bursts of Dime. Dime is amazing chocolate, so that is why it belonged in A tier. I think if I had the actual Dairy Milk Dime bar, if you had that, it might have even made it to S tier, but these little robins, they were really nice. Okay, I did not know this was a thing until I went window shopping through Tesco's in prep, but you can get white chocolate, terry chocolate orange minis in this. These, honestly, I did not expect a lot. I really wanted to try them in my prep mind, but they were incredible. Nicer, controversial, nicer than the regular chocolate orange. So the white chocolate version is better than the milk chocolate version, in my opinion. And honestly, the bag wasn't big enough. I was just going through them minis and they just ran out too quickly. My dad doesn't like white chocolate, my mum doesn't like orange, so I had the whole bag to myself, and honestly I ate them so quickly, they were so nice that it ran out in seconds. Okay, so Caramac has been discontinued as of making this video, but we had Munchies, which are a childhood classic of mine, and now we've got this gold one. So obviously they used Caramac to make it the gold, and honestly they were incredible. Similarly to what I just mentioned, they just went so quickly because they're so small. You get like a handful and it's like half the bag. That's probably why I didn't make it into S tier, because I can't remember it as well because they were gone so quickly, but that just shows you how nice they were. Better than the regular Munchies, if you can actually believe that, but hopefully they stay in. I mean, I'm not really going to eat them now anyway, because I'm going to have to do another show just for another opportunity to have a post-show binge. Talking of caramel chocolate, we've got the caramel crispy. I've had the regular caramel before, which was beautiful, but that extra crispy texture, taste to the chocolate just made it even better, and that's why it is above the Munchies. I just couldn't believe how nice it was. It's like, it was just different to some of the other stuff that I had, so I guess that's why it tasted so nice, because it kind of gave me that different flavour, different taste, and that's why it is like the mids to upper tier of that A tier. Coming in at number 5 was the milk tray. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a lot of like the individual stuff in some of the selection boxes, because hint, there's more coming. However, I can't really remember too well, and these ones are kind of like, although they're all very nice, they are a little bit samey when it comes to like the differentiation between them. However, it was definitely a good selection for me to get this milk tray. It has stuff like the honeycomb, the praline, just your regular selection box kind of stuff, white chocolate, truffle, all that good stuff. It's just there wasn't a lot to it. That's why it's not in the S tier. As in, like, there wasn't a lot of actual chocolate. Like I said, I'm going to take you through each individual one, and it kind of gives you the reason why this is so high up in A tier, because Family Circle are really nice. In my post-show day 1, so the day after my show, I had breakfast and I had some breakfast biscuits. Not the regular team biscuits you have at a fancy place, but Family Circle with my breakfast bagel. Hint, that is coming up high because that was delightful. But I have made some notes. I'm just going to quickly check to see how I rated everything. So obviously we've got the best thing in there, the chocolate chip cookie. That is an S tier in its own right. Chocolate finger is kind of just like a chocolate biscuit. I know I just mentioned the chocolate cookie being top tier, and we're going to get to the actual chocolate biscuit, which does rate higher, but I had a lot of other chocolate, so it kind of just made it a mid B tier. Custard cream, obviously the GO S tier. Same goes for the bourbon. I was actually going to buy bourbons by themselves. That's how much I like the bourbons. Maybe it does take the biscuit, pardon the pun, over the cookie as the number 1 spot. Chocolate digestive S tier. It's kind of like, it is plain regular classic, but it is a staple thing in a biscuit selection box of chocolate digestive biscuit. S tier. Then we've got the mid stuff like the ginger, the jammy circle, kind of mid. Some people love them, but they are mid. And then the nice or the Nice biscuit, mid as well. They are nice and you would eat them, but you wouldn't buy it by itself. Obviously you've got both the shortbreads there at B tier. I kind of prefer like the shortbread fingers with a little bit of sugar on there. They are S tier. They're unreal, but the other one's just B tier. That makes the selection box, but overall it's just an A tier, just because there's some of them mid B and C tiers in there. There's a reason it doesn't make it into the S tier. But A tier, high A tier, staple, family gathering thing, Family Circle. Okay, coming in at 3, staple of all staples, Galaxy, regular Galaxy, beautiful. I'm not going to say too much more on it. It just is what it is. Galaxy is an A tier, maybe even an S tier in its own right as well. However, there is a reason why this one is in A tier, and we'll get to that when we get to the S tier rankings. Just beating that is I had a Wagamama's chicken katsu curry on the Monday post-workout. Not much to say. It was beautiful. Real actual food. After that whole day of binging through the sweet treats, I had the next day where I had a mixture of both, and that savoury food and actual real food just tasted so much nicer for being sick of the sweet treats. I guess. But yeah, it comes up to the top of A tier. Not quite S tier because it isn't too out there, but it is a solid top of A tier. Okay, coming in at number 1, we have Krispy Kremes. I got a selection box of 6. However, there's an extra one there. You'll see the chocolate custard one, which I will tell you now from my notes, that is A tier in its own right. But I got an extra one because I got a free one for my birthday on the app sort of thing, because obviously it was my birthday on the Friday. Sunday I competed. On the way back, when I scanned the thing, I got a free one for like a birthday reward, which made the day even better. So that's at A tier. Obviously we've got in the top right, we've got the Biscoff, which is the best one. S tier, 1 of 1, the best donut they do. I'll just read through them now. We've got the chocolate caramel one there as well, which I put as a B tier. It was kind of okay, but compared to the others, not as nice. We've got the chocolate dream cake. Oh my God, that was insane. But it goes at A. Chocolatello was even nicer than that. It's like a Nutella donut. How can you go wrong? That is an S tier. And then we've got 2 B tiers with the more plain donuts, obviously original glaze, and then we've got the cookies and cream, which is just original glaze with a bit of whipped cream and some Oreo biscuits on top. They were delightful. There are some more donuts coming in the S tier, which were even better than Krispy Kreme, and you just have to wait and see because we're getting into the S tier now. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. We are in the S tier, the best of the best, top of the top. My favorite, there's 13 here. My favorite 13 things from my post-show blowout and everything that ate post-show review and ranking video. We've got the Reese's Minis. I love chocolate peanut butter. Reese's Pieces are like one of my favorite chocolates out there. One of the ones, if I had to pick one, it would be in contention for something that I had to pick. These little minis and the unwraps, you have to do the unwrapping of the cups, but just chowing through those, they were beautiful. Talking of Reese's, at 12, we've got the white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups. I have never had these before, but that introduction, that differentiation of the white chocolate, just, oh my God. I wish I had more than just this one pack of 2 cups. If I'm honest with you, I would have gone through them like there's no tomorrow. S tier, number 11, the crispy M&Ms, the best M&Ms in my opinion. Then it would probably go the peanut ones, then the chocolate ones, then the brownie ones at 4th, and then I haven't had the double chocolate or the salted caramel ones personally yet. I should have got the salted caramel ones when I was doing this. I just kind of slipped my mind. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Crispy are the best M&Ms. It's like eating air. You can get through that whole bag, just tip it down your throat, and you're like one bite and you're done, and you don't even feel like you've eaten anything, but it's just so nice. Okay, you can see me displaying these Biscoff round biscuits. This is in the apartment. I couldn't wait to try these, and I was not disappointed. I can't believe how nice they were. Way nicer than the singular biscuits. Similarly with the Oreos, like Biscoff flavour stuff is better and nicer in my opinion than the actual Biscoff biscuits themselves. But these, oh, they rival some of the Biscoff flavoured products. And like I said with the Galaxy, there is a reason why Galaxy was in A tier, because the cookie crumble is head and shoulders above it in the S tier, ranked number 9. This was my favourite bit of chocolate I think that I had. I don't know what we're going to cover in the rest of the rankings. There might be another chocolate in there. Obviously there's selection box chocolates in there, but as an actual standalone chocolate, I think this is probably the nicest thing that I had throughout the whole of it. Coming in at number 8, we have another selection box, a biscuit box, the Fox's Classic Selection Biscuit Box. These are just a little bit more fancy and just a little bit nicer than the regular Family Circle. It's kind of like a upper class version of the Family Circle biscuit. I'm going to read you through how I enjoyed each one. Most of them are S tier because they're beautiful. Okay, we've got the V&S, the fingers. They are a goat. They're in S tier, of course. Same with the cookie. This cookie's nice and Family Circle cookie, and I had that in S tier. This has to be an S tier. The only B was just that regular bit of chocolate. It's just a chocolate biscuit, but not like a chocolate digestive biscuit. It's just like a biscuit with a bit of chocolate around it. B tier, mid. 1 A tier, the chocolate in the gold wrapping. Maybe it's just the gold wrapping that makes it a little bit nicer, but I think it had a bit of caramel in it as well, which is kind of just topped it over the regular biscuit. And then we've got at the end the chocolate sandwich, which is kind of just like a Fox's Oreo, which was very nice. And then the double chocolate cookie, which was the best thing in there. So that is that. Let's get into the next one. Okay, so the KFC ruined my post-show blowout, but something that made the post-show blowout was the Domino's pizza. You can see I've got pepperoni and meatballs on there. I didn't get any chicken because we bought chicken to go with it, which was just very disappointing, unfortunately. And then the wedgies as well, and garlic pizza bread. Insane. insane. Did not disappoint. Domino's never disappoints me. I've heard mixed reviews obviously from others, but it never disappoints, and it really, really hit the spot. This was the last thing that I ate of the whole thing, so the fact that it tasted this good after eating all this other stuff previous to this just shows how nice it was. Okay, we're at the breakfast bagel now. What I did is I put some chicken in there, put some bacon in there, and then I went to McDonald's and got a McDonald's hash brown. That was my breakfast bagel, some wholemeal bagel as well. One of my favourite things from my off season leading up to this show was this wholemeal bagel, and I just really, really wanted it. So I put some stuff in there, made a breakfast bagel, and after eating all of that sweet stuff leading up to this, and the first thing I ate on the Monday being this, it really, really started the day off right. Selection box time. At number 5, we have the Heroes. All of the best stuff in there, minus the eclairs, as you'll see from these rankings, but Heroes is probably my favourite selection box, just topping celebrations, which may be another controversial thing, but leave it in the comments down below. Are you a Heroes or a celebrations kind of person? But I'll read them off now. Dairy Milk, the original classic, the GOAT, staple of every single chocolate, S tier. Dairy Milk Caramel, S tier. The caramel is the reason why I bought this. I wanted just to buy a bar, but I thought I'll just buy this and get a bit of everything. Eclair, obviously C tier, mid. Fudge, it was really nice in conjunction with everything else, but compared to everything it's stand against here, B tier, mid. Whisper, beautiful, it just is, A tier. Twirl, it is nice, just mid, B tier, and it kind of gets everywhere if you have the bigger ones. Not as much as a Flake. The double decker, one of my favourite chocolates, S tier. The cream egg twisted, S tier. And one of my other favourites that people might not be a big fan of, but I really, really love personally, is Crunchy. Crunchy, especially in these little crunchy bits, you just bash through them. S tier, S tier. Might even be the best thing in here. I'd probably say the top thing in here would be the Dairy Milk Caramel for me, and then Dairy Milk, obviously the staple, and then probably the Crunchy. Coming in at number 4, the first proper thing I had post-show, I had some Haribos as my like pump up sugar load to fill me out pre-show, which I forgot to even put in here, but they're just being A tier, like top of A tier. And I also had a couple of things which you'll see at the top. My number 1 thing on this list is the only other thing that I had before this, but my first proper bit of food was this Nando's. This Nando's was hands down the best Nando's I've ever had. It's something about these Nando's when you go to these rogue Nando's that like no one ever really goes to, you know them ones, the ones that never really get too busy, and you kind of think, how does anyone even notice is here, let alone go to it? Those ones are always the ones that taste the nicest, probably because they're made the freshest. And due to this being post-show at a big bodybuilding event, a lot of people from the show were going into the Nando's, so they probably never been this busy, or only get this busy at this time of year, because I think the International Centre in Telford kind of hosts the British every year. I know it's doing it next year and it did it this year, so I assume that they've done it in years prior. It was just so nice. Even the butterfly chicken was juicy. If you go to a Nando's where it's been sitting around a while, the butterfly chicken breast does tend to go a bit dry, but this was just unreal. What I did is I got a bit of the butterfly chicken, put creamy mash on the garlic bread and put it in the middle with some chips on top, and made like a big sandwich out of it. Oh, just get me to Nando's right now. But we're at the top 3. All 3 of these things were bought from the expo. So coming at number 3, as you can tell by the delight on my face to get through this, we have got the Milky Bar New York City infused style cookie. So it's like a white chocolate cookie with Milky Bar buttons pushed in to and infused inside of the cookie. It was insane. It really it took my breath away. I did not expect it to be this nice. I bought the other cookie, which is at number 2, and I got this one for 50p as part of getting an extra one. I think it was £4.50 for a cookie and £5 for 2, something ridiculous like that, and it is the best 50p I ever spent. But at number 2 was I think it was a chocolate brownie and Biscoff cookie, and it tasted even better than it sounds. Honestly, when I bit into that, if you go and watch my show day vlog video, I'll leave it in the description below, you'll see from my face from both of these things just how much I really enjoyed them. Okay, and at number 1 we have these Planet Donuts. Oh my god, the nicest donuts I have ever had. So I had this one, which was a brownie and white chocolate caramel Biscoff hybrid mixture combination thing, which was top. I had another one as well, which was a caramel churro one. So it's kind of the same as this, but instead of the brownie, it was mixed with cinnamon. Just as nice, just not quite as nice as a brownie Biscoff, but that topped it up. I will try and find, and if I do find, I will leave here a picture of me eating that post show, and you'll see the delight on my face finally getting some good in me after this big old prep. But yeah, that is gonna end the review. I hope you did enjoy it. It's kind of just like a informal kind of letting you know what exactly I ate post show, because obviously I showed you what I bought, but I thought it'd be fun, just fun for me and just something to show you to go through it. I'm desperate for the toilet right now, so I'm going to quickly wrap this up. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, click that notification bell so you don't miss me out load, because the off season is starting. I have in my next couple of videos my quads workout to blow up my legs this off season and my last diet plan for the rebound. So the final part of my rebound, the diet, what I'm eating before the off season starts, so kind of my baseline before we begin to grow. So for all that and many more videos and good stuff coming through, be sure to like, subscribe and click that notification bell. I will catch you in the next one.